This will be the URL pattern for the servlet. So whenever you hit this response, this servlet, so service method will be called, and all the things in the so everything will be executed in service method, and the response will be sent back. That's all. But I don't. So from this servlet, I want to send the. I don't want to send the response to the client. That means browser. I want to send it to HTTP servlet. Okay, how can it be possible? So because how can it be possible? So it is possible by making use of servlet collaboration. So how can we get servlet collaboration? And a servlet request. What is this? Request dispatcher is an interface which dispatches which forwards the request to another servlet or includes the request to another servlet. Dispatch. Okay, so we'll take so we are getting a dispatcher object. So dispatcher interface object from the request. So we are here what is the meaning of this line means I want a dispatcher object of this servlet. So how can I get the dispatcher of that servlet? By making use of this URL pattern. So if I give the URL pattern to here, let's see what will happen. So then I got the object of dispatcher and I need to forward it dispatcher dot. So there are two methods. So one is forward and another one is include. I will show you the difference. What is the difference between these two? Okay. So first of all, let me forward the request. So I'm sending the same request object what is there in our service method, and I'm also sending the same response object. That's it. Okay. I'm saving. Okay. Let's find what will happen. So after completion of this, after execution of all these methods, these methods also these statements also need to be printed. Okay. So in our assumption, whether the forward request is working fine or not, we'll see. So let's start this one. Okay. Let's try anything. I think yesterday we stopped this MySQL. Why is it taking this method, right? So if you find here, so you got an exception like a null pointer exception at your service 38. So we'll see what went wrong at 38 line. Should not be. I think it's not compiled properly. Let's remove the existing one. Clean the Tomcat work directory. Clean the Tomcat. Started it. Let's hide. Again. Again, I think something is wrong in here. Getting some database connection or something. Let's debug this. What is wrong? So now I'm showing how to debug the problem. So whether it is coming to here or not, so what went wrong? So it's saying some null pointer exception in the previous execution, right? If you see here, it is saying some null pointer execution. Right? No. That is different, right? So today morning we have tried these two. So response is 0. Fine. Let's debug what's going on. Okay, so I'll keep a breakpoint here. I run my servlet in a debug on debug. Okay, and I'll keep a breakpoint here, and I will try to hit that one. So you'll get a window like this. Yes, and the perspective will be moved to debug perspective. So the execution will be stopping here because you kept a debug point, and here. So if you press step over, means it will come to the execution will be coming to the next line. I think you are aware of this debug thing, right? Using Eclipse. Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we got the statement object. Fine. Everything is going fine. I think nothing is wrong here. After printing, so let's move not to debug what is this. So let's move forward to we'll see later, but we need to discuss about servlet dispatcher. So in my assumption, so the request, so we are requesting the generic servlet. So generic servlet service method need to be executed, and it should be forwarded to HTTP servlet. So because I have given HTTP sample as a HTTP URL pattern of HTTP servlet HTTP sample. Okay. So I started. Let's start this thing, and done. So it will be printing this inside HTTP generic servlet and next. Fine, execution is finished. Okay. So do post method is called. Okay. So as I already discussed, these things need to be called. Okay. So what's the difference? So if I comment these two things, what will happen? Let's see. Only inside generic servlet is printed. So service method only executed. Service method only this service method only executed. So this one is printed, and it is not forwarded or included to another servlet. So here I have a question. So why it went to do post? Why can't it go to do get? Have you observed that thing? So anyone? Why this thing is printed? Why not this one? Let me start one more time. We'll see what has printed. See, do post method is called. Whenever you forward your request response to another servlet, so do post is called. Why not do get? When do get will be called? Any ideas?
What if we are running the get method in the dialog box that you're running?
That's correct. So if you fire the get request, so it will, so the servlet collaboration for entire thing will be, chain of servlets will be only get. So if you fire post, only post will be there. If you fire put, only put will be executed. So that's the correct answer. So based on the input input method what we have taken, it will be behave like that. Okay, fine. So we can also do like this. So we can also include, make use of include method. So there are two methods, right, as we discussed. So select. What is it? Here. So it returns the request dispatcher. So what is request dispatcher? So it has two methods, only two methods called forward and include. So forwards the request from servlet to another resource. Okay, forwards the request to servlet to another resource like servlet or JSP or HTML on the server. So I forwarded a request forward. So here, coming to here, I forwarded or included a request to another resource on the server. Okay, on the server in the sense, what do you mean? On the same server or different server? So servlets may be executed in multiple servers, right? So you might have servers in multiple multiple, so you might have servlets execution in multiple servers. So what is the mean of on the server? Any ideas? Okay, let me say. So in our server we have only two servlets. One is HTTP sample URL pattern, and another one is generic sample. So we can forward, we can have servlet collaboration in between these two servlets only. Suppose if you have another web application which is running in the same server, so we can forward to that one also. Okay, so that is the difference between on this. That's the difference. Okay, suppose if I want to forward to across the server, so what I have to do? So there is one more concept called what is that? Send redirect. So how I will get send redirect? So what is that method? So you'll get that you can have send redirect based on response object. In the response object, let me comment this one. Response dot what is this? Where you will have send redirect. Where it is request not the send redirect. Why it is not having? We'll check here. Why is it not having? Yeah, it has, right? But it is not having in a generic servlet. So it is having in HTTP servlet request. It's not having in just servlet response. Okay, I understood. So here we are trying to access send redirect method using servlet response. So that's why it is not available. It's not visible. The method is only for HTTP protocol. Okay, fine. We'll try to make use of here. So response dot send redirect to some resource. What is that resource? Try to give this one. Okay, so let's see what will happen. What happened? Nothing is happened. Nothing is, so we can't see anything. So it should print this one, right? But it is not printed. Why? Why it is not moved? Okay. So explanation. We'll go for explanation. So here, if you see, so we should give the location. So what is that location? Sends a temporary redirect response to the client using specified redirect location URL. So what is URL? So this is a URL. So this is one URL. So we have to give an absolute URL like HTTP protocol, host name, application name, URL pattern, and everything we need to specify. Here he says like that. Okay, so let's try to specify all the things. So then we will check whether it is working fine or not. So this is the exact absolute URL. So I'll give here. So we'll try this. See, so generic servlet is also executed. So all the statements what we have written into post. So HTTP servlet is printed, and also I am redirecting that request to this URL. So what it went, so it simply forwarded to this service method and printed this one. What is happening behind the scenes? So that is very important. So these are only the definitions how to have send redirect and what is request dispatcher, what is forward, and these are only the definitions. So you can forward from you. So the name itself says servlet collaboration. Collaboration means communication. We'll say it's communication. Servlet communication. Servlet or JSP communication. No, it's only servlet communication. Okay, fine. So what is going behind the scenes? So we'll discuss that one. So when to use send redirect and when to use request dispatcher concept. So when to use this servlet collaboration kind of thing. So what's going on behind the scenes? So we'll see. So we'll go to the API. So first we will discuss about send redirect. So send redirect sends a temporary redirect response. So for every request you have a specific response. So what will be the response for every request? So it should be 200 OK for every request. So 200 OK status code. Okay, so if you observe the send redirect concept, he is saying that so it sends a temporary redirect response to the client using specified redirect location URL. So it is not sending OK response. It is sending something like a temporary redirect. What is that temporary redirect? I want to know. So how to know that? So we can make use of some tools like web communication tools. Close this one. Okay, so clear this one, and we'll try to hit this URL from here. What is this? Where are my URL? Why is not printing? Clean it. Okay, fine. So do get is called, right? So, but we need. So since so my mistake. So since we are typing in the URL and you're pressing enter. So whenever you type the URL in the browser and if you press enter, it makes only the get request, not the post request. But we have written our code in. We have written the code in get post request. Let's copy paste here. Enter. So see, the URL has changed to generic servlet. What went behind the screen? So here if you see, you find some 302. What is this 302? What is this 200? 200 means it's OK response. It's HTTP status code. As I said earlier, so we need to be thorough in basic concepts like what are the methods, content types, status codes also. Status codes like 200, okay. So we have got this 404. So 404. Found, and so what we got, 500 internal server error. And what else? So now we got 302. What is this 302? So here we'll see what is this 302. So as in the API, it said that temporary redirect. It should be some temporary redirect kind of thing. We'll see. Found. Okay. Moved temporarily. So this is an example of industry practice consolidating standards, something describing some. So this is not understandable. We'll go for another site. We'll check here. Okay, fine. If you see here, the requested resource, so the requested resource resides temporarily under different URI. Okay, since the redirection might be altered on occasion, something he has given. So first point is enough. The requested resource resides temporarily under a different URI. What's the meaning of this one means? So the requested resource, what we requested first, so we requested for HTTP servlet, do get. Okay, so so it's executed successfully here, but it is not sufficient. So the requested resource resides temporarily under different URI. So I specified the different URI. So that's why it went here. So that is the meaning here. So temporarily movement. So communication will have two times. So if you observe here, so HTTP live headers. So if you see here, first the communication between server is happened. So it sent to 302 temporarily redirect. So the browser, so without your involvement, the browser only fires the request. So if you see here in the response header, you find one location kind of header, location kind of key, header key. So as I said earlier, these are headers which browser will send in the request. To which request? This request. Okay. To what method? This method.
Okay.
To what protocol? HTTP protocol. This is the anatomy of your request and response. Okay. So in the response, what you got? So in the response, HTTP protocol only. In the response, you got 302. Okay. So browser has that capability. If it got 302 and a location header, so it will directly fire the location header value without your involvement. See, again it fired. You didn't fire, right? Directly. So whenever you fired this one, you got 200 OK. So you didn't get any location kind of header key and value pair. So this is very important thing. That's why I drag this. So what is send redirect? Even though we will see what will happen in the case of request dispatcher. Okay, let's see in a practical way what will happen. So we'll try to comment out this one. So we'll also uncomment this one and see what will happen, because so I'll say later what will happen. So I started this one. I try to hit this generic servlet using get. Okay, let me clear all the things. I'll capture. So, clear. Okay. We'll hit the generic servlet. Okay. Let's see what will happen. Here, so this is not ours. See, this is ours. If you see, you didn't get any 302 some kind of thing here. Okay, so two requests is not made. Only one request is made from the client. So you didn't get 302 temporary redirect and location key header value. Okay, but that is called. Okay, so what went behind the scenes? So what is the difference between request dispatcher and redirect? As redirect, I already explained. So without your involvement, browser will make the second request to that resource what you have specified in the location, in the response location. Okay, so that is okay, fine. So in the request dispatcher, if you make use of servlet communication base using request dispatcher, means it browser, so your server won't send a 302 response to the client, to the browser, and it won't send any location header. So directly it will forward to some other resource what we have specified. Okay, so if you want to forward, so this is the difference between making use of request dispatcher and send redirect. Send redirect will call so browser, what is a browser has some capabilities like if you got temporary redirect. So browser who developed the browser, this Chrome browser, they have think that if you got some 302 temporarily direct status code, HTTP status code. I need to check whether the header contains the location. So if the location is exist, I need to fire that location. So that is in the case of send redirect in servlet technology. Okay, but whereas coming to the request dispatcher communication, so it will directly forward the request to the requested resource like this. So the requested resource is HTTP servlet. So it will directly forward that one, and HTTP servlet will be executed. Okay, so when to use this one and when to use that one is the explanation. So if you want to send the request back to the client here, what is client? Client is the browser. If you want to send the request back to the client and ask the client to fire one more request, so and ask the client to fire one more request what I am sending in the location header. So in that scenario, we need to go for send redirect concept, communication concept. So if you don't want like that, means directly we can use request dispatcher concept. Okay, so this is the main difference between request dispatcher and send redirect. So or else you can go through some notes here what they have provided. Okay, so you can. So but internally the background what will happen I have shown you. So 2 requests is made, but whereas coming to request dispatcher, it made only 1 request, but the execution is 2. So 2 servlets is executed. Okay, fine. So this is the servlet communication. So now coming to the session management. What is session management? What is session? Any idea? What is session? Hey, you guys are there? Yeah? Tell me. Who are there?
Yeah, session is a. Yeah, go ahead.
Session is like a context for messages.
No, don't go in technically. So say generally, what is session? So this is a session, right? Java session. What is that session?
Session is from starting of a request to the ending of the request, where we end the destroy.
Don't go to technical discussion. So let's say that is session. So this is a Java session, right? So in that
session
way,
could be a channel setup for communication or exchange of information.
Exactly. What is here in the Java session? What is the channel here? Any idea? What is the channel here?
GoToMeeting.
Yeah.
Exactly. GoToMeeting is a channel for communication between both of us. Here in servlet technology also, in server technology also, there is a session management. So this is called session management, right? So our session, who manages our session? GoToMeeting is managing our session. This GoToMeeting is managing our session. Okay. So in servlet, okay, someone is talking. Okay, fine. So in servlet technology also, how the request and response will be communicated. So what is the session? So channel here, channel is in servlet terminology, channel is server, Tomcat server. Okay, between what? So here in GoToMeeting, the channel is GoToMeeting. In between what? In between you and me, right? Okay. In the same way, In cellular technology, what is the channel? Channel is Tomcat server. Between what and what? Between the
User
browser,
and servlet.
exactly. Between the browser and servlet. Okay. First, so here, so how this GoToMeeting is managing this session management? So it is opening the stateful. So you heard about stateless and stateful resource kind of thing. Any time in your context. Stateless and stateful. You heard these words?
Not really.
Hmm?
No.
Yes.
In what context you heard these words?
It's like with the HTTP.
What is HTTP?
Like stateless.
HTTP is stateless. Why is it stateless? Okay, fine. So let me explain. So if you see here, not this. Try. Okay, fine. So this only, we'll try this only. Is not sending. So let's remove this redirect concept. Hey, please give me 2 minutes. I'll be coming back. So welcome back. So here we are discussing about what is session. Okay, fine. What is this? What is this? Okay, here I'm not finding. I want to show you in real time what happened in behind scenes. So I'm unable to find some header called JS session ID. Okay, so I'll figure out what happened. So how to get that behind the scenes concept. So I'll say you. So in practical. So what is this session management? So session management is nothing but. So how can you manage a session? So in GoToMeeting, so GoToMeeting, the session is managed through a channel called GoToMeeting. So here the session will be managed through a channel called Tomcat. Okay. So what will happen? So how the server knows whether the same person is requested to some other URL in that server? Okay, have you understood? So, have you understood?
Yes.
Okay. How can the server knows? So we basically browser on clicking browser, we knows that we are firing this request and we are doing these things. Okay, but how server will know? See, how server will know? But you are making use of this kind of thing. Okay, so it uses this. I am unable to show you the what. So JS session ID kind of thing. I am trying to let it be. So I will try to show you in some other project. We'll see whether. So if you see here, what you got. So there is one header called set cookie and JS session ID. Fine. So you got a string, some string called this one. Okay, I'll copy that string and see whether I'm having the same string in the corresponding requests in the request, right? The same string. If you find here the same string, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in all the request, in the request header. So first we got from where we got this string in the first request, right? The first request response, in the response header you got the JSession ID thing. Okay, this is the JSession ID. It is a unique JSession ID. It is a unique one. Okay, so now coming to the second request. So it is, so in the first request what it fired, so it fired something, some URL. This is the URL it fired. Okay, fine. So server gives the response of that one and sends the response with a session ID called JSession ID. Server only will be sending. So I'm not doing anything in the servlet, in this servlet. Okay, fine. In the second request, what is it? It is expecting. It is trying to get some. So get method. It is trying to get js.jquery something. Okay, it's a JS file. JS file means obviously you will have the content type as this one, as we discussed yesterday. So this is the content type. So response code is okay, fine, fine. It is getting. So in the request of the second request what made by the same browser and same client. So it keeps the JSession ID in a cookie and send it in the request. See, every request, every consecutive request. So in the third request, we'll check in the third request. It is trying to get some JS file. So same JSession ID will be there. So whereas coming to this request, so these are all JS files. Okay, let's come to CSS file. This is CSS file. Okay, CSS file also it is keeping. So this is what? Wait, where is it? So this is 18th request. So in the 18th request also it is in the request it is keeping the JSession ID. Okay, so let's see. So 404. So it is trying to get some logo, NSN logo, but it is not finding it. So it has given 404 status code. But in that request also it is keeping the JSession ID. Okay, fine. So what? Now it is firing something called submit post request, some post request. Okay, so to what? So this URL. Okay, with the same JSession ID. Okay, it got some JSON as a response. So application/JSON content type as a response. So if you go to this image, so image/PNG. So because this is PNG image, it is getting, we are getting image/PNG. So if it is JPEG image/JPEG content type will be. For all the consecutive requests, so in the request it should be, so browser will keep this JSession ID and pass to the server. So server will think, so I'm getting the response from the same client. So what will server do to achieve this kind of thing? So what it has to do? Any ideas?
It has to maintain like a session for both the client and the server.
Okay, tell me in core Java. So core Java terminology, technically.
It has to maintain some connection.
Any other thing? So it will maintain some hashman.
Okay.
And keep the key as this one and value as something. Okay. So whenever the second request made from the same client, so it will check within the hashman. I don't know exactly, but I am thinking. So not exactly. It will do the same thing. because it is using Java technology. So our Tomcat is using Java technology. It has to keep in a map,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
it will keep a map like so first in the first request. So so it will check in the map. So whether so in the first request, if you see, it will so server will try to get the header as cookie. So it will try to get the header as cookie. Okay, cookie. It will find the so it will try to get the header as cookie. How it will try to get the header? So you can make use of request dot. How can we get a header value?
Request or get header.
Yes, exactly. Get header. What is this? So this is why we should not use generic servlet. You won't get all the methods. Okay, we should use HTTP servlet. So these are the drawbacks of generic servlet. Get header. So it will try to get this header. So it will try to get this header. So what it will get? It will get the value as this one. Okay. So it will split with equal symbol. Okay. You will get if we split with equal symbol, we'll get in the second index array. You will get this string. So it will check in some map. Okay, some hash map. Okay, so some hash map like string. It should keep list of strings. I will show you in detail. So this is very important for you to understand what the servlet does. Okay. So I'm writing the servlet code what Tomcat has written. Okay, it's the get header sends a string value. Okay, I'm seeing this string value. So what it will do? So this is a hash map. So which is globally there. It is static. Okay. So what I will do here? So we will do this one also. Okay. So what this get method will return? It returns a list. Water return. So what this get returns? So it should return a list. Okay. Okay, fine. So what this code will be doing is if not equal to null or if double equal to null, the first request it will be equal to null, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you won't have the hash map will be empty. Okay, so it will do like this. Hash map dot put of one, and what is this value? What it will keep? Any ideas? In the value, I set the list of strings, or else string also it can keep. It can hold. So let's Exactly. String only. It will keep only the string, not the list. It won't have the capability of all the things. Okay, fine. So what is here? What is the next? So what to put here? So in the first request, so JSession ID went, and what from the second request, what it would get, what it will be. So in the request, we are getting these headers. So I am keeping this cookie header in the key. What can I keep in the value? What's the header which I can keep in the value? Any ideas?
No.
Referrer. Okay. So it will keep the referrer. Okay. So if it is null, it will keep that one, or else what it will do? Else what it will do? Okay. Else also it will keep the same thing. Okay. Here what will happen in the second case? So in the first case, the new key value pair is inserted. Okay. From the second request, so else block will be executed. So what will happen here? The referrer will be overridden. Right? Am I correct? So the referrer will be overridden. The script will be the same thing. That's why he took hash map. Hash map feature is like this. So what is map feature? Unique values, unique key values. Even though if you are inserting the same multiple times the same key value, it will take only one key. So it won't insert all the things. It will insert. So suppose in the first time I inserted with this JSession ID with some referrer URL. Whereas coming to the second time with the same JSession ID, if I insert different referrer, it will keep the latest referrer URL only, not the previous one. It will override that one. So that's why it has to take. So Tomcat has to take hash map. Okay. Fine. So I did. So Tomcat did the same thing. Okay. So it kept the referrer URL. Okay. What is the referrer URL? Referrer means the previous URL. See? The previous URL is this one. In the referrer you got this one. So in JavaScript and HTML kind of thing, whenever you click on back, so not only JavaScript. So here, so if you observe here in the browser, if you click on back, what will happen? Any ideas?
It will go to the previous session.
So it will go to the previous page. What you went? So browser also is maintaining some map. Okay, not as server. Server is maintaining a map of only string value. So here the hash map has previously I took list of strings, right? Okay. So this list of map of string of list of strings. The browser has a capability of maintaining all the referrer URLs in a ordered way. Okay, if you press back, it is going to the previous screen what you have come for the current screen. Okay, if you press again back, it will go to the previous screen. So browser is also maintaining a map with ordered referrer URLs. In the same way, server is also maintaining a map, but only one URL. Okay, it don't has a scope of keeping all the URLs in the context. Okay, so if you see here, these are the consequent requests, right? So for all this request, what so these all are consequent requests for the first request. Have you observed here? So for the second request, the referrer URL is this one. For the third request, the referrer URL is this one. Fourth also the same. Okay. Okay. Have you observed this one? Have you got any question?
Yeah.
Why is it same? But I said that it should be changed, right? So any idea why is it same?
Redirecting.
Redirecting what redirecting?
To the same page.
I'll tell you. So whenever you load this page, what will happen? Whenever you load all this page, what will happen? So this is an image.
Maybe the same hash.
No. In your assumption. So let's take google.com. So whenever you try to hit this URL, so what you are getting? So if you see here, so these are the things you will get. Okay. Fine. So from here, I am going to Facebook. Okay. From here, I am going to this one. From here, I am going to this SBI Online. So in your assumption, now what should happen if I press back? Guys, you need to interact with me here, or else I will.
It will go to the previous URL, which we have
What is
just
the
entered.
previous URL for this? This one.
Yeah,
What's the previous URL for this one? This. Yes.
Facebook, then the Google.
Right? So if you check here, oh shit. See, you got the referrer URL. So browser has a capability to reconstruct the request for the referrer URL. Okay. What's the referrer URL? So if you observe, so the referrer URL will be changed in some context. So we have to go. So see here the referrer URL is Facebook.
So is it forming a chain in the hash map?
Yes. So here, if you see this one, so this concept is, so as you said, chain. This concept is chain of responsibility design pattern. So this is a design pattern. See the chain, the referrer URL. So this is the referrer URL. Okay.
So this referrer URL will be the key for the next request.
Whenever previous, not next.
Yeah, previous. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. So in this way, this is called the referrer concept. So I'm going in depth the servlet concept. I think you might be bored. So am I bored?
No.
Your silence is yes or
No.
okay.
No.
So this is in-depth concept, so which you might not get in tutorials or some kind of thing. Behind the scenes, what will happen? Okay, I'm explaining that one because if you know, so if you are strong in basics. So the frameworks or anything. So I will show you how I learned the frameworks. I will show you everything. How to learn any framework. So if you say me any framework in Java terminology, I will show you. So not only Strut, Spring and Hibernate. If you show me some web service related framework like access to, now I am learning Apache CFX because my project is I have to use Apache CFX. See, I did some demo also on that. See, I'm doing some demo. I know the web services basic concept. Okay, frameworks are nothing. So I need to know how to configure that one, how to write a servlet. See, I'm writing some servlet. So I need to configure this servlet in web.xml for making use of Apache CFX. So I need to write some Spring context file like this, JAX RS server. So I need to provide some this URL. That's it. So everything inside this service method. So whatever I'm writing inside this save method is same. It's a Java core Java kind of thing. So it's a logic only. So you need to understand what is the configuration. That's all. So those are frameworks. That's all. So when to use this configuration, when to use the different configuration. So in the same way we discussed send, redirect and request dispatcher, right? When to use request dispatcher and when to use send, redirect. In the same way, so the frameworks also will provide multiple ways of accessing the resource. So we need to know that one only. Okay, so if you are strong at basic level, you will be understanding all these things. Okay, I know how the request will happen to the server. So request will happen in the server like this way. So that's why I am able to learn on my own, on seeing its user guide, on studying some book or some kind of thing. Okay, so you should be prepared in that manner. So then only you can achieve your goals. If not, now you have learned Spring from me and Struts from me. Whenever you placed in some project, but that project belong to EJB or some Apache CFX, what will you do? Again, you will come to me or you will ask for a training. So that should not be happen. So if you are perfect in core concepts, so that's why. So what's the class number? This is 4th class, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Still we are not at started frameworks. Our requirement is my requirement is to teach you a frameworks. But the 4th session also we didn't started this frameworks. Okay, so I'm saying the basic concepts. So these are the foundation for learning framework. So have you understand the concept so far, like session handling? So how
So I had a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Regarding that referral IDs which were changing, how were the session IDs maintained during those transitions?
Yeah, as I said, right? So as I write the code, not said, I have written the code, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I written here?
So the session ID is split one. I mean, it is extracted to that. But when we were changing from one server, for example, we were going from Google to W3 Schools to Facebook. So the session ID changed in those transitions, or did it remain the same?
What is your assumption? Whether it will be changed or it remains same?
Since it's in the same browser, it should remain the same.
But my answer is no. Why no? Why no?
Is session something related to the server side?
Yes, exactly. That is the answer.
So it's not the browser that you are navigating from.
Yeah, Facebook is one server.
Okay, got it. Yeah, got it.
Google is one server. If you are keeping on firing Google means your session ID won't change.
Correct, got it. Okay.
So if you go through Facebook, Facebook will have multiple servers. So if you open not Facebook, we'll open some other thing. We'll open LinkedIn. Okay, so now we are having only one server under one host. What is that host? Local host, right? But coming to this page, so but coming to this page, what will so what is your assumption? Whether it is communicating it with only one server or different server?
Different server.
Any assumption? So why different server?
Because it's requesting to a different domain name.
Let's open some portal. This thing, Flipkart. It's an Indian portal, very good portal. It beated Amazon also. I like this one. These guys. You know who is Flipkart? Who is the owners of Flipkart?
Former Amazon employees.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
They learned all the business from Amazon and they built Flipkart. Okay, fine. So if you see here, if you open this Flipkart zone, what are visible things? So this menu is visible. So these ads are visible. Okay. Okay, this is visible. You in some scenarios, not this. I want to show you something. So, Snapdeal. Yeah, no. I'm not finding any site with that explanation. So basically, in some sites,
Maybe a banking site.
banking. No, it won't give those all things.
Oh,
banking. Yeah. So some sites you will find some Google ads.
Some blog spots.
Yes. So no.
Some blog spots.
Google, iGoogle or something is there. Yes, iGoogle portal. Huh? Yes. This is the link I want. Why it took this much time for loading? Any ideas?
So it may be accessing from different servers.
Why? Okay, question is right. Can you elaborate that one?
There are different US stock market. That is a different server. Wikipedia is a different server.
Exactly. Okay, this pen. Okay, this pen is different. So you need to get all these stocks from US stock market. Okay, so what will happen? We'll see. I'll close all the things. Open this one. So whenever I load this one, what will happen? These many requests is happening for loading a single page.
191 requests.
91 requests. It's not to the same server. If you observe, so this is for the same server, right? But this is not the same server. This is different server. This some Flixer top something. This is different server. Okay, this is different server. Okay, all are different servers, not the same server. Server here, server is nothing but your host name. Ready? Okay. Are you getting any doubts here? I'm getting a lot of doubts. On
So
seeing
in this
screen.
case, in this case, do we have to maintain several hash maps for reference?
Who will maintain several hash map?
Maybe not.
So it is maintaining not JSession ID. So this guy, so this Twitter gadget guy is maintaining some kind of session cookie. How can, so as I shown you here, session management is a concept. How can session be managed? Making use of cookie, making use of hidden form fields, URL redirecting, and HTTP session. Okay, so this guy is making use of this, what Twitter gadget guy is handling, making use of cookie only. But whereas so this guy, Facebook guy, is not maintaining session ID with cookie. Is maintaining in some other way. But I don't know. I'm seeing this anatomy. Facebook is, we can't crack Facebook and IRCTC. IRCTC is an Indian website. So no one cracked IRCTC so far. No one hacked IRCTC. Someone hacked this Facebook. Are you aware of that one?
No.
So how this hacking will be happen?
A server request.
Based on this, how can you hack that request? So how can you hack this request?
Sending
Based
some
on this cookie. If you know this cookie, you can hack this one.
Oh, because the cookie is unique.
Okay, cookies are unique, right? I will take this cookie. Okay, so since this is a GET request, I can access this host for some other request. Have you understood?
Yes.
Okay, so you do one thing for today. So since it is too late for you and me also, so so please make available from tomorrow. So today, at what time the session has started? 9?
Today, no. Yeah. 9:05.
9:05 at your time. So can you make it 8:30 at your time from tomorrow?
I can.
Okay, anyone?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So we'll make it 8:30 from tomorrow. If it is possible, if I wake up early, we can also make it at 8, so that we can discuss lot. So there are a lot of things to discuss. So these are out of context, right? So are you thinking these are in context? These explanation? So this is out of context. So while discussion, you will get lot of knowledge. So knowledge transfer from me. So these are the behind the scenes, not the internal. Okay, so I can say what is session and how the session management directly, but I am showing you in practical. So how the session will be maintained, what is the server, how it will be processed, and everything. Okay, so for today, you load this live HTTP header. Not today. It's too late. I think you can sleep now. So you load. Where to find? Yeah, here apps. Right. Go to Web Store. So type live HTTP headers. So you'll find this one. So live HTTP header. This is a tool what I am using now. So you install, you add it to your Chrome and try to set some, try to do some stuff. Okay. Try to do like this and go to the anatomy of all these things. So what's going on and what are the, so as I said, the syntax is like this. So HTTP method, the resource URL, HTTP protocol, and all these are request headers. These are response headers, CC. These are response headers. You observe what are the response headers, what are the unique response headers for all these requests. So you observe that thing and note it down. What are the unique response headers? What are the unique request headers? You note down that thing and we'll discuss tomorrow's session. Okay? You'll play. So good night, guys.
Okay.
We'll meet tomorrow's session at 8:30. I'll ask Chandra to make a session available at 8:30 so that we can discuss a lot of the things. Okay? And good night, guys.
Thanks, Mani. I'll schedule for 8:30.
Who is this?
I'm Chandra.
Hi, Chandra.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Can you make the session 8:30?
Yeah, sure. For tomorrow, I'll make 8:30 Eastern time.
Okay, fine. So that we can discuss 1.5 hour or 2 hours. Okay. Chandra, bye.
Thank you. Bye.